Hi, guys. This is Larissa with Be You Beautiful One. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm excited to share with you this Bible journaling entry that I will be creating for my Disbound Classic faith-based planner utilizing the Nebuchadnezzar Dream digital kit from the Beautiful Good News. And remember that this is a shop that also will print off the stickers for you and pre-cut them and send them to you. So make sure you check out my link down below. As you can see, I already have elements cut out for you. And now I'm just strategizing where I would like to place it. I also brought back out I call it the bullet journaling washi tape because that's what I associate with this particular style of washi tape. But I brought out this washi tape that has the blue, the golds, and like a muted tan color, in addition to this gold marbleized washi tape. And I'm just going to use that to create some visual texture to the pages that I'm creating here. But the Nebuchadnezzar's dream is a really powerful biblical story that I really believe all Bible studies, people who study the Bible should be aware of because it's packed with so much information regarding pride, regarding integrity, regarding being obedient, regarding seeking God for His wisdom and understanding, and allowing Him to direct your path and trusting Him fully with everything that you have. I mean, it's just an awesome story that intertwines with Daniel and the Jews who were exiled due to their disobedience, but God was still ever present with them. And so yeah, it's just one that you really have to take time out, study, and digest if you're not really familiar with this storyline. But if you have grown up in the church, you have been to Bible study, you have studied the Bible at all, even as an adult, you most likely have come across one of the many storylines of King Nebuchadnezzar. Uh, and so on this page here, I'm taking this large, like, statue that represents one of the dreams that King Nebuchadnezzar had. And basically, he is calling on the wise men in his area in his kingdom, to come and not just interpret his dream, but tell him what kind of dream he had, then interpret the dream, because he didn't want anyone to be told what the dream was and then they just interpret it trying to um, please the king. He really wanted to know if you could tell him what his dream was and then interpret the dream. If you could tell it what it was, then he felt like you could interpret it. So, and a lot of the wise men were like, how are we supposed to tell you what your dream is? You need to tell us what your dream is, and then we interpret it for you. And at that point, King was like, listen, I'm putting all of you guys to death, to death. And since no one can tell me what my dream is, I don't believe you, I don't trust you. And so yeah, you guys are being put to death. And Daniel, being considered a wise man, was about to be ushered into being killed. And Daniel was like, well, what's going on? Why is the king handing down such a harsh judgment? And the guard basically told him, and Daniel then went to the king and say, hey, give me some time, let me go and consult my God, and and allow me to come back and tell you what your dream is and interpret that. And so Daniel went back and prayed. He also told his friends to also stand in agreement with him and pray to God to give him the dream and give him the interpretation of the dream so that their lives could be spared. And that is exactly what God does. And so this storyline is basically in Daniel's chapter 2. Check it out, read it in detail, break it down, and so forth, because Daniel then goes into praising God for who he is and for all the wonderful things that he has done. Therefore, Daniel goes back to the king, tells the king what his dream is, and interpret the dream for him. And not only did that happen, but Daniel credits God for giving him the wisdom and the insight to do exactly what the king is asking of him to do. And so many of us fail at that in saying, you know, God gave this to me. God gave me the interpretation. God gave me the knowledge and the understanding to tell you this, right? And so it's just amazing because you got to read it. You got to read it. But Jen, the shop owner, gives you like a list of of scriptures that correlates with worshiping of gods and idols and of men, and it's just a good study to take a look at. And so yeah, I really enjoy using the element of this kit to create a visual imprint of what the storyline represents and how it can be still relevant to what we're experiencing today. So make for sure you take time out to read Daniel chapter 2. It's really good, and just the whole storyline involving King Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel, and the exile of the Jewish people is just amazing. So, anywho, this is all that I have for this insert. I look forward to writing my notes on these pages and really taking a further dive into this study. And thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to use my link down below. And until the next time, bye bye.